in the Services Selection Board. Interview is the oldest method of finding the right person for the right job. And interview is nothing but one-to-one personal interaction, that is between the interviewer and the candidate. In the Services Selection Board, interview is carried out by the two interviewing officers, namely the President of the Board and the Deputy President of the Board. Approximately half the candidates are carried, their interview is conducted by the President, and half of the candidates are interviewed by the Deputy President. Generally, 7 to 8 candidates are interviewed by the President and 7 to 8 interviews are carried out by the Deputy President per day. The interview, generally the schedule is known to the candidate one day earlier, but not necessary. Sometimes it may not be possible to inform the candidate before time, and he may be asked to immediately report for the interview. So the candidate should not get perturbed, should not feel worried, because that much of concession or consideration will be given to the candidate. The candidate interview, while undergoing an interview, should be very clear that there is no question bank or there is no particular format or no particular agenda which the interviewing officer has. Depending on what the candidate has written in the PIQ, that is the Personal Information Questionnaire, the interview will progress. And therefore, the candidate is expected to have general awareness about everything which an average student or average person of his age and caliber should have. The interviewing officer knows that a candidate will be under tremendous stress, and therefore initially he tries to put the candidate at ease by giving him a warming up question. But the candidate must also know that the warming up question and the answer to it will set the pace for the interview to follow, and therefore candidate must do full justice to answering. There is nothing which is asked to the candidate which is very difficult, and the interviewer first puts the warming up question, then he gives him a comprehensive question. Warming up question is a normal day-to-day life question. For example, asking him about his place where he stays. Now, while answering that question, well, there are a lot of information which the candidate can give, and he is expected to give to score. For example, a candidate must cover about the place he is talking about in terms of the area in square kilometers, the population of that place, the importance of that place, historical importance, geographical importance, and also the political importance. Then the facilities which are existing in that place, that is the higher education facilities, the health facilities, the transportation facilities. Then what is the main occupation of the people who live in that area? What is the population of that area? The important industry, and talk about the economy of that place, the neighboring districts and neighboring places, talk about important tourism spots of that area, talk about the problems, talk about what is that area famous for or infamous for, and therefore you find once the candidate has covered all this, he set a good pace for him to be proved as a good candidate. Then the interviewing officer gets on to comprehensive questions. Now, comprehensive questions are about the background of the individual. Why background of the individual? Because the philosophy of interview is that the best indicator of what a person will do in future stems from what he or she has done in the past. So if you want to know what an individual do in future, just study his background. Whatever he has done so far, he will do the same in future also. So to know what sort of candidate he is going to be in the future, I have to know what he has done in the past. And so the interviewing officer will put a question to him about his background. And what is his background? Background is his education background, his family background, and his service background. So three questions and comprehensive, consisting of sub questions 8 to 10, and the individual is required to answer each one of them. The sequence may be different, but the coverage must be for all the questions. Having done that, the interviewing officer will then ask him a question, possibly on organizing abilities, by giving him a situation or going into his life and asking him how he went through a particular activity. Thereafter, the individual is asked some questions about the hobby. Whatever you write in the PIQ, one hobby, maximum number two hobbies, you must have thorough knowledge about that, because the interviewing officer wishes to find out whether you actually are doing that hobby or you are just writing it for the sake of writing. Having done that, a question will be put to the candidate about current affairs topic. Does he have adequate general awareness? And so the question could be national events, international events, economical events, or domestic problem areas. The candidate must read newspaper, must hear the television news every day, at least 2 months before he goes for the interview, so that he has an idea about what is happening around him and he should be able to answer. If the candidate knows the answer, he must, in all sincerity, truthfully, naturally, and in a sensible manner, answer all those questions. And in case the individual does not know the answer, please do not waste the time of the interviewing officer. Just tell him, I am sorry, sir, I don't know, I will find out. Having done that, ensure, then the interviewing officer will ask him thereafter if any questions he wishes to ask the interviewing officer. Please do not ask any questions to the interviewing officer, because the interviewing officer has no time to answer those questions, and in any case, there should be no reason for you to be asking any questions to the interviewing officer. Having done that, one question he will ask the candidate is any quality or shortcoming which the candidate wishes to overcome. Now, while answering this question, the candidate should ensure that he talks about one weakness and also covers in that same answer as to what he has done to overcome that particular weakness. Having done that, the interviewing officer says, "Thank you very much, all the best. Now get up smartly and tell him, 'Thank you, sir, have a good day.' But before turning towards the door, have a look at the hands of the interviewing officer. In case he has given out his hand for shaking, shake his hand, shake your hand with him. And in case he has not done that, just simply walk out gracefully, smartly, and while going out, please shut the door with humility. That would finish the interview. Now, certain points are to be kept in mind. Firstly, the candidate must ensure that he does not indulge in negative body language. While sitting, maintain proper posture. Do not move your hands too much. Look at the interviewing officer and talk. Do not criticize anybody in the interview, and do not avoid answering any questions. Answer them truthfully. Now, you would notice that in the interview, the interviewing officer asks only questions which are known to you. He is not asking any difficult question. He is asking you about your education, about your family background, about your service, all things you are doing or you have done or you are thinking of doing. Therefore, there is nothing difficult about the questions. Then why is it that some candidates fail and some candidates pass? Candidates pass because they give good answers. Now, what is the difference between a good answer and a bad answer? Good answer is a comprehensive answer, a rich content answer where number of points are given, and bad answer is one where he gives only 1 point as the answer. So be happy.